Hello everybody, it's Gloria from GGTheCrochetQueen, where I bring my love of crochet to inspire you to learn to crochet or to advance your skills. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Today is a tutorial on how I do my granny square. And since I am doing the granny square temperature blanket, and this will be a year-long project, I decided I'd go ahead for people that are still new to crochet and just do this quick granny square just to show you how I do mine. So I'm using this Just Yarn worsted from its Premier from the Dollar Tree, and it has 131 yards. It's acrylic for medium weight. And what color is this? The gold it should be. Golden Rod is the color. Right there, Golden Rod. And I'm going to be using the H hook. I have my yarn needle and a pair of scissors. So let's get started. I like to start most of my projects with the magic circle, magic ring, whichever one you call it. And let's see if I can get this center pull done. Okay, here we go. Got some barf, but that's okay. Okay, so now the way I do my magic ring is I just wrap it around my fingers and I take the hook underneath the first one, grab the back one, pull it through, take them off my fingers, and chain a one. And since I'm going to be doing double crochets, I'm just going to go ahead and chain 3, which counts as a double crochet. And then I do 2 more double crochets, which is yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Again, yarn over, go into your ring, grab your yarn, pull it through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. That's a double crochet. Then I chain 2 and I do 3 double crochets into the ring, and I am crocheting over the ring part and the tail part. That's 3 double crochets, chain 2 again, and I pull my tail to make sure I don't lose it, and do 3 more double crochets. That's 1, 2, and 3. Chain 2 again. Trying to keep my yarn out of sight. And chain, we're going to do 3 more double crochets into your magic circle. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so chain 2, 1, 2, and then you want to slip stitch into the top of your chain 3. That first chain 3 that you made. And then take that tail and you pull it as tightly as possible to close up that circle. And it may come a little loose, and I just tighten it up some more. So you should have 4 chain 2s. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I chain 3, and then I go back into that chain 2 space and do 2 double crochets, and that is half of my corner. Then I go to the next space, the chain 2 space, do 3 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, chain 2, and 3 double crochets into that same space, and this will make your first corner. So that is your first corner. Then you skip over to the next chain 2 space and repeat that same sequence. 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets into that chain 2 space. Chain 2, double crochets, 3 double crochets, 1, 2, and 3. Skip over to your next chain 2 space, 3 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, chain 2, and 3 more double crochets in that same space. 1, 2, and 3. So right now you should have 1 corner, 2 corner, 3 corners. Now you're making the second half of the corner from the first one. So you go into that chain 2 space and do 3 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, chain 2, and again slip stitch into the top of your chain 3. So now you have 4 corners. Next, 1, 2, 3. Go back into that chain 2 space and do 2 double crochets. And again, this is half of a corner. Now you have a double crochet, a cluster of 3 double crochets on each side. So right in that space, do 3 double crochets. Now I do not chain 1 in between. Some people do, some people don't. I prefer not to, because I like my stitches to be as close as possible, because this is an open stitch anyway, so I just like to keep it open. And then I'm going to do another corner. So I did 3 double crochets, chain 2, and 3 more double crochets into that corner. Now we're back to another space and do 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. Go into another corner, 3 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, chain 2, 3 double crochets into the same space to make a corner. That's 1, 2, and 3. Got into another space area and 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. Next corner, 3 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, chain 2, and 3 more double crochets into that same chain 2 space. That's 2 and 3, over to another space, 3 double crochets there, 2 and 3. Now we're back to this last corner, and you do 3 double crochets into that corner. 1, 2, 3. Chain 2, 1, 2, and slip stitch to join at the top of the chain 3. And that is what your should look like. Now, as you can see, it is starting to slip some. So I pull it again to close up that ring. And with that tail, it'll get sewed in so that that opening will not come open when you weave it in. That is one of the reasons why some people don't like using the magic ring, is because it slips. But I like using the magic ring because it makes it easier. And I don't like that big knot that you get if you do the chain 4 method and slip stitch to join. So I'm going to do one more round. 1, 2, 3. 2 double crochets into the chain 2 space. That's 1 and 2. That's half of your corner. Now we're back to a space of clusters. 1, 2, 3, and then there's another one. 1, 2, 3. Now we're at a corner, and you want to make another corner. So 3 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, chain 2, and 3 more double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. And space between the clusters, do 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3. Go over to your next space, 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. Now we're back around to another corner, and do 3 double crochets, chain 2, and 3 double crochets to make another corner. That's 2 and 3, chain 2, and 3 more double crochets to make your corner. That's 2 and 3. We're at another cluster space, and 3 double crochets, 2 and 3. Another cluster space, 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3. Add another corner. Corner is 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets. There's 1, 2, 3, chain 2, and another 3 double crochets into that chain 2 space to make a corner. And then we're back to the cluster spaces. Do 3 double crochets between them. 1, 2, 3. Then there's another one. 1, 2, 3. And we're back at the last corner. And you want to do 3 double crochets into that chain 2 space. 1, 2, and 3. Chain 2. Slip stitch into the top of your chain 3. And this is a little trick that I learned that makes things look a little bit better. So instead of yarning over and pulling through to fasten off, do a slip stitch into the next stitch. That's too loose. Okay, then chain 1, and then tie off. Now I made that a little too long. I'm going to shorten that. And that helps to flatten that out a little. Now, I didn't do that. That doesn't look so hot. Oops, let me go back because that was too loose when I did it. And I hate when it looks like that. Okay, let's do it again. So we're going to slip stitch top of the chain and slip stitch into the next stitch. Chain 1, fasten off. That looks better. So let's tackle this one first. And what I like to do is look to see which way it's going. Pull it some more. Oh, I think I moved my camera. Sorry. Don't want to make anybody dizzy. And what I usually do is just, and I like these crochet hooks that have the little fishing wire loop on them, because even if you have short yarn, you can still use it. So I like to go under these stitches and put my yarn through, pull it through. Then I like to go up and put my yarn through. Then go under these. And I'm only doing this because sometimes new crocheters like to see how people weave in their ends. So if you are experienced with this, then you don't have to watch this part. I just like to do it, as I know as a newbie, I wanted to see how everybody did everything. And somewhere along the line, you learn a trick or two that makes your crochet look better. Then I like to pull it a little taut so that you don't see where that is. Then, and I'm probably one of them crocheters that people would call wasteful, because I like to have long ends, mostly because I have big hands and it makes it a lot easier for me to control the yarn. So I like to take that and pull it a little taut so that it'll flatten out, so then it doesn't look like it's off from the other corners. It kind of looks, everything looks nice. And then I take this yarn and I go into the back and weave it. And go this way. Go through that one. This yarn needle is bigger than the one that I really like, but I have not been able to find that one. And the hook, the fishing wire on it is really beat up. But I like the size of it because it's a little thinner than this. This one is pretty thick, but it still gets the job done. And then I just like to go back down, because you want to get these ends in as much as you can possibly hide them, so that your work looks beautiful. Now I can tie this off. Let's see. As I say, I pull it a little taut so that it hides. So this is the one, this is where we ended. So I like to play with it a little, try to make it look as much like the other ones as possible. And you can reshape this, you can, which I never do, and I should do it, but I never, oh, what's the word? Okay, so I pretty much never do blocking, which I should, because it does make a difference, but it's just not something that it comes natural for me. It's always a thought, a distant thought. But anywho, this is how I do my granny square, and that's the back of it, and that's the front of it. So I hope that this helps you, and if you are doing the year-long crochet along with me for the temperature blanket, leave me a comment, let me know. And if you're not, still let me know what you're doing as your year-long project. I was going to do a granny square cardigan as well, and then when I started doing the granny squares, I was like, no, I'm not gonna feel like sewing all these together, even though I was gonna try to sew them as I go, but no. So my cardigan is out and my temperature blanket continues. So this is my granny square, as I said, and I hope that you enjoyed this video. Please like, subscribe, and comment, and don't forget to hit that bell so that you will always be notified when I'm on. So until my next video or my next live, stay safe, keep crocheting. Bye-bye.